Today we have a very special AR. This is not your normal AR-15. This is the OG, your grandfather's AR-15, the M16A1. Now, there is a lot of controversy, a lot of mistakes, a lot of nuances, a lot of things that make this gun what it is today and what it was back then. To start out with, the model that you're seeing right now is the last iteration of the earliest M16 design. The US Army was looking to adopt a new rifle. They were using the M14 in Vietnam, and it was pretty uncontrollable in full auto fire, especially because of its .308 caliber. And after experiencing and seeing how it was not living up to its expectations in Vietnam, the US government decided that they need to run trials and find a better cartridge and a better rifle. So not long after we told all of our NATO friends to switch to the .308 caliber or 7.62x51 NATO, we changed to the .223 Remington or 5.56 that we all know. Eugene Stoner, the inventor of the AR-15, comes around. He's working at Armalite. Armalite uses a bunch of lightweight parts for their airplanes, and he starts creating a design to compete in the competition for a new rifle. And his design is based off of the AR-10, which is basically the earliest model, except it uses .308. So in his new design, he uses the 5.56 caliber. Windigoon actually has a really good video on the M16 and how basically sabotaged so it would have the reliability issues that you often hear about, and unfortunately from veterans who either lost a lot of friends or firsthand accounts of the gun jamming, having cycling problems. A lot of the issues was not actually from the original design. The gun performed extremely well during trials. Was the major downfall, in a very quick summary, the AR-15 system is very finely tuned. The powder that they were using in the initial tests made the gun run completely fine, but the Army decided last minute to change it without telling the designer or obviously the company like Colt making it. Once they actually took it in the field to use the ammo that the Army issued, it's when it started fouling and doing all the problems.
When I got out to the battle forward area, there was a firefight with the VC. There were heavy concentrated fire from our side to the VC. There was 16s jamming a great deal. The men were putting up the best they could, but the 16 would keep jamming. They'd throw it down and try and grab another one. And another man would come by and pick this one up because his had also jammed.
What was causing the jamming of the M16s, do you know?
It seems that the excessive firing through the 16 will cause it to jam after a certain period of time.
So the first design that went into combat use was called the XM16E1. This is the one I was talking about where they added all these extra things on here. They kept the chrome bolt carrier, they added the forward assist, which again is kind of pointless because if you have, rack around, right? It's not firing. If the bolt isn't going all the way into battery, jamming it harder into whatever problem is causing that is just gonna make the problem worse. There's nothing that this does that wouldn't be fixed by just and taking out whatever round was in there causing the malfunction. They added a fence lower, so on the first models, they didn't have this fencing right here. So if you drop the gun or hit it up against something, it would press the mag release and your magazine would fall out, and obviously you can see the problem with that. After the XM16A1 is when they had the M16A1, which is what I'm holding right here. This kind of, for the most part, fixed all the major issues. And another problem, again, not the designer's fault, but the US Army didn't issue them with cleaning kits, told the soldiers that it was a self-cleaning rifle, which no rifle is a self-cleaning rifle. One, they weren't cleaning them. Two, they didn't have cleaning kits if they wanted to clean them. And three, they still had the ammo that wasn't properly tuned to the gun. So it was a lot more reliable than the first two models, but again, still had its issues. That's why nowadays ARs don't have any problems at all for the most part, is because they just use with the proper ammo and proper cleaning and proper maintenance. One thing I've heard is that AK is more reliable than the AR. The AR actually is technically more reliable if you take care of it and maintenance it. However, an AK will be more reliable without any maintenance or any cleaning, and take that as you will. So this M16A1 is actually off of a parts kit upper. The lower is an H&R lower, has all the original, or would have been original markings. Originally on this gun, it would have had a Colt lower. fortunately don't have that. The original barrel, all original Colt upper furniture. You can obviously see he's been through a bunch of wear. I even have the original Colt 20 round Vietnam magazine to go with it. So overall, it accomplished its goal of replacing the M14. In the end, we got lighter ammo, soldiers were able to carry more ammo, lighter gun, easier to control under full auto. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate y'all staying to the end. This has been the M16A1. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.